Welcome back to SAW Car Info, the place where we dive deep into the stories, history, and legacy of some of the world's most fascinating cars. If you're passionate about classic vehicles and love discovering the icons of the past, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay with us, because today we're taking a detailed look at one of Britain's most controversial yet memorable sports cars, the 1980 Triumph TR7. The Triumph TR7 holds a unique place in automotive history. Introduced in the mid-1970s as a replacement for the older TR6, it was designed to be modern, affordable, and forward-looking. By 1980, the TR7 had been in production for about 5 years, and while it was not without its critics, it had gained attention worldwide thanks to its distinctive styling, affordable entry into sports car ownership, and connection to Triumph's rich heritage. Let's start with the design, which was perhaps the most talked about aspect of the TR7. Nicknamed the Wedge, the TR7 styling was bold and futuristic for the time. Gone were the traditional curves and classic lines of earlier Triumphs, replaced by sharp angles, pop-up headlights, and a wedge-shaped profile that looked unlike anything else on the road. In 1980, this styling still stood out, making the TR7 instantly recognizable. While some purists didn't warm to it, younger buyers appreciated its fresh and modern look. Moving inside, the 1980 Triumph TR7 offered a straightforward but driver-focused cabin. The interior was compact, with low-slung bucket seats that held you in place, a square dashboard filled with practical gauges, and rocker switches scattered across the console. It wasn't luxurious, but it gave off a sporty, minimalist vibe. Upholstery came in cloth or vinyl, and the driving position was low, emphasizing that classic sports car feeling of being connected to the road. The TR7 was never about opulence, it was about giving drivers a hands-on experience behind the wheel. Under the hood, the 1980 TR7 was powered by a 2.0-liter inline four-cylinder engine, producing around 105 horsepower. Now, by today's standards, that might not sound like much, but back in its era, it provided enough performance to keep things interesting. With a 5-speed manual gearbox and rear-wheel drive, the TR7 was fun to toss around on winding roads. Its handling was one of its stronger points, thanks to its relatively lightweight and well-balanced chassis. It wasn't the fastest car in its class, but it offered a spirited drive that many owners appreciated. Of course, the TR7 had its share of challenges. Built during a difficult period for the British automotive industry, quality control was often inconsistent, and reliability issues plagued some examples. This gave the car a mixed reputation, especially in the United States, where it was heavily marketed. However, by 1980, some of those early problems had been addressed, and the TR7 continued to sell to enthusiasts who valued its style and affordability. Another important part of the TR7 story is its evolution. Around 1978, Triumph introduced a convertible version of the TR7, which added open-top fun to the mix. By 1980, both coupe and convertible versions were available, giving buyers more options. The convertible, in particular, became popular in markets like North America, where roadsters had always been in demand. It's also worth mentioning that 1980 was right around the time Triumph was experimenting with the TR8, essentially a V8-powered version of the TR7. While the TR8 was rare and limited mostly to certain markets, it showed what the wedge-shaped design could really do with more power under the hood. The TR8 has since become a sought-after collector's item, but the TR7 remains the more accessible classic. Despite its ups and downs, the 1980 Triumph TR7 captured the spirit of an era when car makers were trying to redefine themselves for a new generation. It might not have had the raw charm of the TR6 or the prestige of some European rivals, but it offered something unique, a bold design, affordable pricing, and a genuine sports car feel. Today, the TR7 is looked back on with a mix of nostalgia and respect. While it may have been misunderstood when it was new, enthusiasts now appreciate it as a time capsule of late 1970s and early 1980s design. Its wedge styling, once polarizing, is now celebrated as a defining characteristic. For collectors, the TR7 offers an entry into classic British sports cars without the high price tag of models like the Jaguar E-Type or Austin Healey. The 1980 model year in particular represents a car that had matured somewhat from its rocky start. With the availability of both coupe and convertible versions, better reliability, and a strong enthusiast community, the TR7 has become a charming classic for those who want something different from the usual choices. In many ways, the TR7 represents both the struggles and the creativity of British car manufacturers at the time. It was a bold move to abandon the traditional styling cues of the TR line and take a leap into the future. While it didn't always succeed in winning over critics, it did succeed in leaving a lasting impression, which is why we're still talking about it today. So, what do you think of the 1980 Triumph TR7? Do you see it as an underrated classic that deserves more recognition, or do you think it was a step in the wrong direction for Triumph? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 1980 Triumph TR7. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more classic car reviews and stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to SAW Car Info. We've got plenty more automotive history and insights coming your way. Until next time, keep enjoying the ride.